Have you ever felt the presence of something dark yet undeniably powerful? Something that stirs both fear and fascination in equal measure. This is the energy behind the black sun, an emblem as ancient as it is mysterious. For centuries, this dark solar symbol has been surrounded by whispers, secrecy, and in some cases, outright fear. But what does it truly represent? Some view it as an occult symbol, a mark of hidden knowledge. Others tie it to Nazi mysticism, believing it to be a representation of the occult forces that played a role in their ideology. Yet, what if the black sun is more than just a historical curiosity or a symbol of dark powers? What if its true meaning stretches far beyond the twisted interpretations of war and politics into the very fabric of human consciousness itself? In this video, we will uncover the real meaning behind the black sun. We'll explore its origins in ancient mysticism, its significance in esoteric traditions, and how it's been manipulated throughout history. But we won't stop there. We'll dive deeper into the spiritual truths this symbol holds, truths that have been hidden from the public for millennia. This journey will take you through the cryptic language of the ancients, unraveling the layers of symbolism surrounding the black sun. Together, we'll peel back the veil on a symbol that has been shrouded in darkness, uncovering its true spiritual essence, one that, when fully understood, could transform the way you view the world, your own consciousness, and the very nature of reality itself. So, are you ready to step into the shadows and uncover the truth of the black sun? The secrets you're about to learn may change everything. The black sun is not a modern invention, nor a mere symbol created for nefarious purposes. Its roots extend deep into ancient civilizations, long before it became associated with the shadows of war and political ideologies. To understand its true meaning, we must first look back to the forgotten wisdom of our ancestors and explore the philosophical and spiritual significance behind this enigmatic symbol. In ancient mythologies, the sun was often a symbol of the divine, of creation, illumination, and cosmic order. But what happens when the light fades, when the sun sets and plunges the world into darkness? In many cultures, this concept was not one of mere destruction, but of transformation. Darkness was not the absence of light, but the place where the soul could undergo purification and rebirth. It was within this paradoxical interplay of light and shadow that the black sun found its meaning. One of the earliest references to the black sun can be traced to the esoteric traditions of alchemy, where it symbolized the dark night of the soul. Alchemists believed that in order to achieve spiritual enlightenment, one had to undergo a process of spiritual death, a journey through the darkness of ignorance and illusion, before being reborn into the light of true wisdom. The black sun, in this context, became a symbol of the hidden potential within the depths of the unconscious mind. This concept was further explored in the Hermetic tradition, which taught that true enlightenment could only be achieved through the reconciliation of opposites, the union of light and darkness, masculine and feminine, life and death. The black sun, therefore, represents the fusion of light and dark, a celestial body that exists beyond the duality of day and night. It is a symbol of the hidden truths that lie beneath the surface of reality, waiting to be uncovered by those brave enough to venture into the unknown. But why, then, has this symbol been hidden, distorted, and misunderstood over time? The answer lies in the powerful nature of the black sun itself. Its meaning transcends the material world, pointing towards higher planes of existence and hidden aspects of the self that most are unwilling or unable to confront. Throughout history, those in power have sought to control knowledge, to keep the masses in ignorance of the deeper spiritual truths that the black sun represents. To fully understand it requires breaking free from the constraints of conventional thinking and stepping into the realm of the mystic, where the laws of reality bend and warp to reveal higher wisdom. As we move forward, we'll explore how this ancient symbol has been used, misused, and obscured by various groups and ideologies, and how its original meaning has been twisted to serve agendas far removed from its true transformative power. Now that we've delved into the ancient and philosophical context of the black sun, it's time to begin unpacking its deeper layers. At its core, the black sun represents a spiritual force, an energy that lies hidden from ordinary perception, waiting to be accessed by those who understand its true nature. To fully grasp its significance, we must approach it not just as a symbol, but as a key to unlocking hidden aspects of our own consciousness. In many esoteric traditions, the sun is seen as a cosmic archetype of the self, specifically the higher self, the aspect of consciousness that is illuminated, aware, and transcendent. But the black sun is different. It is the shadow counterpart to the solar archetype, representing the unconscious mind, the parts of ourselves that lie hidden beneath the surface. It is the light that exists not in the open but in the unseen, the invisible, the unknown. The black sun's presence is subtle, often working in the background, but its effects are profound. Just as the sun nourishes the earth, the black sun nourishes the soul, but only through the dark, unseen channels of the psyche. This is why many spiritual traditions have spoken of the dark night of the soul, a period of inner turmoil, confusion, and suffering that leads to spiritual growth. The black sun is the guiding force during this process, drawing out the unconscious shadows, forcing them into the light, so that they can be confronted and integrated. But this process is not easy. The black sun does not promise immediate illumination or comfort. It is a challenging force, one that asks us to look within, to confront our deepest fears, desires, and wounds. It is the force that shakes us from our complacency, demanding we transform our inner landscape. Like the phoenix rising from its ashes, the black sun burns away the old, leaving space for the new. But before we can rise, we must first be consumed by its fire. Consider for a moment the concept of the hero's journey that appears in many mythologies. The hero must descend into the underworld, face trials, and encounter their darkest fears before they can return to the light with newfound wisdom. The black sun represents this journey, not just on an external level, but on an internal one. It is the force that calls us to confront our own darkness, our limiting beliefs, our unconscious patterns, our hidden traumas, and transmute them into higher forms of awareness and power. To illustrate this, let's look at the alchemical process, which provides a powerful metaphor for understanding the black sun in alchemy. The process of turning base metals into gold is known as calcination, and it represents the purification of the self. The black sun plays a key role in this transformation. Just as the alchemist must subject the metal to intense heat in order to burn away the impurities, the seeker of truth must undergo a similar purification through the dark processes of the psyche. It is only by enduring this intense inner heat that we can shed our false identities and emerge as something more refined and awakened. But even beyond personal transformation, the black sun also holds a deeper cosmic significance. In many traditions, it is connected with the concept of the great work, the overarching spiritual goal of uniting the individual with the divine. This union, however, is not a simple, straightforward process. It involves the balancing of opposites, the merging of light and darkness, and the overcoming of duality. The black sun is the force that enables this transformation, allowing us to transcend the limitations of our earthly existence and ascend to higher levels of consciousness. But what does this mean for the average person in the modern world? How can we begin to understand and apply the lessons of the black sun in our own lives? We'll explore this in the next section, diving deeper into the practical application of this profound symbol. Now that we've laid the groundwork for understanding the black sun's role in spiritual transformation, it's time to explore its deeper, more hidden meanings. To some, it may still appear as a mere symbol, a shadow of darkness, but as we dive into its esoteric roots, we begin to uncover paradoxes and deeper insights that speak directly to the human condition, its mysteries, and the cosmic forces at play. The black sun is often misunderstood because of its association with darkness. In modern culture, darkness is typically seen as something to fear, to avoid, something to extinguish with light. But in the spiritual context, darkness is not evil or chaotic. It is the fertile soil from which growth emerges. It is within the dark unknown where we encounter the raw potential for creation. The black sun is the sun that does not shine outwardly, but inwardly, illuminating the dark recesses of the soul and mind. Its light is hidden, and only those who are willing to confront their own inner darkness can truly access its power. To understand this more deeply, we can look to ancient texts such as the Hermetic corpus, where the concept of the One is introduced, a unity of opposites. The black sun represents this unity. It is the dark counterpart to the traditional sun, which brings light and visibility. In this duality, the black sun does not simply negate or oppose the light, but complements it, revealing the aspects of reality and consciousness that are often overlooked in the rush to embrace the visible, the obvious. It calls us to find illumination not through the obvious sources of light, but through what remains hidden and mysterious. This paradox can be further explored through the concept of gnosis, the mystical knowledge that transcends intellectual understanding. gnosis in its highest form, is not simply knowledge of the external world, but a deep intuitive knowing of the self and the cosmos. The black sun is often associated with gnosis because it is the hidden truth, the inner wisdom that exists beyond the surface of our thoughts and external experiences. It is the knowledge of the soul, accessible only by journeying into the darkness within. In this light, the black sun represents a spiritual doorway, an access point to higher states of awareness and consciousness. But this journey comes at a price. The black sun requires us to shed our illusions, to dismantle the ego, and to face the very aspects of ourselves that we've buried deep within. It's a process that demands courage, for in confronting our shadows we may come face to face with the parts of ourselves we'd rather not acknowledge. Yet in doing so, we experience profound growth, awakening, and ultimately enlightenment. Now let's address some of the common misconceptions surrounding the black sun. One of the most persistent myths is its association with evil or malevolence, largely due to its adoption by certain ideologies, such as the Nazis. The black sun has often been co-opted by groups seeking to harness its power for control, domination, and fear. However, to equate the black sun with evil is a misinterpretation of its true essence. It is not a force of destruction, but one of transformation. It does not seek to harm but to awaken. It is not the embodiment of darkness, but the source of the hidden light that lies within the darkness. The black sun is also not a static or fixed symbol. It evolves with the seeker, adapting to the spiritual needs and consciousness of those who engage with it. Just as the sun in the sky shifts through cycles of day and night, so too does the black sun take on different meanings depending on where we are on our spiritual journey. For some, it is a symbol of personal transformation, while for others, it is the key to unlocking deeper cosmic mysteries. Its fluid nature makes it a symbol that is both personal and universal, a force that resonates with anyone on the path of self-discovery. But even as we explore these deeper meanings, there are still layers of the black sun that remain hidden, enigmatic forces that beckon us to search further, to question our perceptions of light and darkness, of the known and the unknown. As we move forward, we'll explore practical ways to integrate the teachings of the black sun into our own lives, how we can embrace the shadows within ourselves to achieve greater awareness, power, and transformation. Now that we've uncovered the deeper meanings and paradoxes of the black sun, it's time to explore how we can practically apply its transformative wisdom in our daily lives. How can we, in the modern world, tap into the hidden power of the black sun to unlock greater self-awareness, personal growth, and spiritual awakening? The black sun teaches us that true power does not come from external sources, but from within. It asks us to look beyond the surface of life and dive deep into the unconscious, into the hidden layers of the self. Here are some practices, rituals, and exercises inspired by the black sun that can help us begin this profound journey of inner transformation. 1. Embrace the shadow, the dark night of the soul. One of the most significant lessons of the black sun is the importance of embracing our own shadows, the unconscious, hidden aspects of ourselves that we often try to avoid or suppress. To truly harness the power of the black sun, we must be willing to face our fears, our insecurities, our past traumas, and the parts of ourselves we consider dark or unworthy. This is not a comfortable process, but it is necessary for growth. Start by setting aside time each day for self-reflection. Sit in a quiet space, close your eyes, and allow yourself to feel whatever emotions or thoughts arise, without judgment. Write them down, even if they seem negative or uncomfortable. Over time, you will begin to recognize patterns and unconscious beliefs that have been driving your actions. Confronting these shadows head-on is the first step toward integrating them and using their power for spiritual growth. 2. The practice of inner alchemy. Inner alchemy is a powerful spiritual practice that draws from the teachings of the black sun. It is the art of transmuting base emotions, such as fear and anger, into higher spiritual states like compassion and wisdom. The black sun represents the crucible in which this alchemical transformation takes place. One way to practice inner alchemy is through meditation and visualization. Sit in a comfortable position and close your eyes. Imagine yourself standing in front of a dark, shadowy sun, its energy both magnetic and mysterious. Visualize this dark sun, absorbing your negative emotions and thoughts, turning them into light as they pass through its transformative energy. As you breathe deeply, allow yourself to release these shadows, feeling lighter and more aligned with your higher self. This practice helps to transmute darkness into light, paving the way for personal and spiritual transformation. 3. Journaling and self-inquiry. The Black Sun also invites us to delve into deep self-inquiry. Ask yourself the tough questions. What are my fears? What parts of myself do I hide from others and even from myself? What would happen if I allowed myself to face them head-on? Start a journaling practice where you write down these questions and allow your subconscious mind to answer. Be open to whatever emerges, whether it's painful, uncomfortable, or surprising. By writing freely and without censorship, you begin to tap into the wisdom that lies hidden beneath your conscious thoughts, the wisdom of the Black Sun. 4. Shadow integration through ritual. Rituals are powerful ways to channel spiritual energy, and the Black Sun can be brought into ritual practice to facilitate transformation. One simple ritual to perform is a shadow release ceremony. In this ritual, you create a sacred space, light a black candle symbolizing the Black Sun, and meditate on the aspects of yourself that you wish to confront or release. Write these aspects down on a piece of paper, focusing on any limiting beliefs or fears you hold. As you sit with the candle's flame, visualize the dark sun absorbing these negative elements. Once you've fully focused on releasing them, burn the paper in the flame of the black candle, allowing these shadows to be transformed into light. This ritual can help you honor the process of shadow integration and transformation, allowing you to move forward with greater clarity and peace. 5. Transforming the ego, a path to enlightenment. The Black Sun teaches us to transcend the ego, the false sense of self that is built on fear, attachment, and separation. To align with the true self, we must let go of the ego's need for control and external validation. This requires cultivating humility, patience, and the willingness to surrender to the process of spiritual awakening. A powerful practice for transcending the ego is the ego death meditation. In this meditation, sit in silence and focus on your breath. As you breathe in, mentally repeat the affirmation: I am not my thoughts, I am not my fears, I am not my body. With each breath, let go of your attachments to your identity. Feel the illusion of separation dissolve and connect to the deeper essence of who you are. This practice can be incredibly powerful in helping you detach from the ego and align with the higher truths that the Black Sun represents. 6. Aligning with the cosmic forces. Finally, to truly harness the power of the Black Sun, we must align with the cosmic forces of creation and destruction that govern the universe. The Black Sun is a symbol of the divine will, of the process of cosmic renewal that occurs in cycles of birth, death, and rebirth. A simple but profound practice for connecting with these cosmic forces is to spend time in nature, particularly during dawn or dusk when the light is transitioning. As the sun rises or sets, reflect on the cycles of your own life. What needs to be let go of in order for something new to be reborn? What aspects of your life are ripe for transformation? Use these moments as a sacred time to realign with the flow of the universe and tap into the hidden wisdom of the Black Sun. As we conclude this journey into the hidden depths of the Black Sun, we are left with profound insights that transcend the boundaries of time, culture, and even personal understanding. The Black Sun is not simply a symbol to be admired from afar. It is a transformative force that beckons us to look within, to confront our own shadows, and to uncover the deeper truths that lie buried beneath the surface of our conscious minds. Through the ancient wisdom it carries, the Black Sun teaches us that growth comes not from evading the dark but from embracing it. It is in the darkest moments of our lives, the moments of struggle, pain, and confusion, that we are presented with the greatest opportunities for personal and spiritual rebirth. Just as the alchemist refines metal through intense heat, so too must we refine our souls through the fire of our inner darkness. We've learned that the Black Sun is not something to be feared, but something to be understood. It is the key to unlocking the deepest layers of our being, revealing the hidden powers and potentials that lie dormant within us all. It is the force that calls us to confront the parts of ourselves we have long avoided, to shed the illusions we have built around our identity, and to emerge into the light of true self-awareness. But the journey doesn't end here. The Black Sun is a continual process of transformation, a journey that never truly ends but evolves with each new layer of consciousness we uncover. As we take the knowledge we've gained and apply it to our daily lives, we begin to unlock new levels of awareness and power, reshaping our reality from the inside out. As you reflect on the teachings of the Black Sun, I invite you to consider this question: what part of yourself have you been hiding from, and how can you begin to confront it in the pursuit of true spiritual awakening? The path to enlightenment is not a simple one, but it is one worth walking. If this exploration has sparked something within you, don't let it fade. The black sun is always there, just beyond the horizon, waiting for you to look within and discover the infinite potential that resides within your own soul. Remember, the light is not always where you expect it to be. Sometimes it is in the deepest shadows that the greatest truth is revealed. Thank you for joining me on this journey through the hidden mysteries of the black sun. If this video has resonated with you, be sure to like, share, and subscribe for more insights into the esoteric wisdom that has shaped our world for millennia. And if you're ready to dive even deeper into the mysteries of the unseen, leave a comment below. Let's continue this conversation. Until next time, keep seeking, keep exploring, and keep embracing the light that can only be found within the darkness.